text, but message her and tell her what time. She'll probably see, but I'll message her now.
All right, as y'all can hear Clay's thoughts out loud, we are live. That's who's gonna let Valamilk know. Topics today.
Ooh.
Actually, and I already kind of told Clay about this. Clay knows one thing about me. I will change things up, and it's kind of been thinking about the channel. And I know no one's even viewing yet, so this may be people that go back and watch later. That's fine. That I don't know. I want to make a change, and you know, reselling's great. I love reselling. I'm still reselling, but as I've kind of gone through just about every model of reselling that you can go through, and by the way, they all work. I will tell you that they've all worked for me, and that's part of my problem is that every model of reselling works. And so I've been trying to do too many different types of reselling. And I finally said, forget it. I need to just focus on one thing. And that's a Chris principle too, daily refinement. What's your one thing, which is one of the books I need to read. And so I'm doing wholesale. Now I will do a little bit of the other stuff, but more as a hobby in my free time. My main thing, 90% plus, is going to be wholesale. And I've already been making that shift over the past few weeks, and I've been so busy doing it that way. And there's pros and cons for every model. Wholesale, typically your margins are smaller, but you can create one listing, multi-quantity, and it's less work on that end. Like you're sourcing, instead of going out sourcing thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, storage units, doing all that, I'm spending more time on the computer or on the phone calling wholesalers or emailing wholesalers and negotiating and making those connections. And that's something Chris is always, let me turn my phone off. That's something that Chris or Daily Refinement is always talking about. That's what you should be doing, because to get to the next level, the answer is not list more. I mean, yeah, you need to get where you're listing consistently and you're shipping consistently. It's a given. You should be doing 10, 15 listings a day. But to really get to the next level, you got to figure out it's got to be more than just listing more. So with all that being said, I've also been wanting to improve myself, both from a self-development perspective, mental aspect, relationally, physically. Started, I'm open. Maybe not quite as much as Clay, but I'm pretty open that I see a counselor every week. And it's really led to what I think are some improvements. My relationships are getting better. So then my full-time profession as a teacher and my degree in literary studies, and how can I kind of put all that together into YouTube? Because I don't want to make videos of what sold and nothing wrong with that. Those are all good. I've learned a lot from that, but I don't want to do that anymore. I can't share that information. I can't share my wholesale information on the channel because then the market's flooded. So I'm like, well, what can I do? And so what I decided and what I told Clay is I'm going to start using my show. We'll still talk reselling, but from the perspective of the mindset, right? And lay that into a foundation of going through books. Like if you watch Pure Hustle podcast, I don't know if it's Level Up reviews, but they'll read books and have book reviews. So I kind of want to do that perspective of let's talk mindset. Let's talk books. Because what's the difference between somebody making $100,000 a year reselling and somebody making $1,000 a year reselling? What's the main? Their mindset. I mean, yeah, what they're doing is the difference, but it's the mindset that enables people to be successful. And I just want to share that. So starting on Monday, I'm over the weekend, and I'll let you know how much. I haven't actually got the book yet, but I'll be not reading to you like a read aloud like I'm in class. But I'll be going over a part of this book I have coming in. It's Napoleon Hill's The Law of Success. Chris or Daily Refinement says it's one of the best mindset books you can read. And I've already read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, which really changed me. That book was the catalyst for my mind shift to begin to change. Got into reselling. Before I could do these type of things. So I've ordered it. It should be here, I think, Thursday. There is a link down below in the description. So if you guys, if y'all want to read it with me, and I'm gonna kind of like do a book study where we can go over it. I'll even post some questions once I get it, kind of like I do in my class, like a Socratic seminar style, where I'll post some open-ended questions for you guys to think about. Of course, you don't have to get it and read it, but if you want to join this journey with me in depth, maybe you should consider getting the book, and we can go through it and talk about it and see how we can apply that to reselling and life bigger in general. So that's kind of the big change. We'll still be talking reselling and everything else. But once again, if you're interested in the book, there's a link below on Amazon. It's called The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. Get it, and we can together and see if we can improve our mindset. All right, I've been talking a lot. What do you think, Clay?
Yeah, it's kind of like why I started the whole other channel, and redid my Instagram because, like, great, nothing against Bolo videos and stuff, but that's why I like Mr. Skits, because he doesn't just do whatever. And Jay on his, adds in some of him, or Danica, I like her videos, show her personality, so so many people can only do so many resale videos without it getting boring for the people. I would think, like, if you're Chris at this point has to kind of keep going because he makes money off of YouTube, you know what I mean? And Rally Roots, and the big ones, kind of Josh and Harry Tornado, like, they've got to keep going. They're good stuff, but they've got to do stuff. Whereas, like, yeah, we have the freedom to do whatever the heck we want. And sure, maybe some people won't watch, but if it's a self-help deal, well, then
maybe we
really care?
Right.
I mean, I think most people will be like, okay. Yeah, that's why like I said, I'm trying to do more on the other, and then I have a plan for the Clay's Closet, but until I can do that plan, if that's what it takes, if that's the way I end up sourcing, then it's good. But if not, yeah, I'd rather talk resale, but more mindset or whatever it is, or life.
Things. I mean, number one,
because we started that our second episode. We talked about some book.
Yeah, and I got away from it. Yeah, and maybe it wasn't the best book to start with, but one like Chris, he talked about this too. Like, he makes way more reselling than he does on YouTube. He also does consulting. He says that the way he looks at YouTube and the consulting, his time for money, whereas the business is more exponential. But he wants his legacy to help a lot of people raise them up, and I really believe that. He shares his numbers on his stores. He does the screen shares, and he's killing it on eBay. Share the amount of money he makes. He doesn't make nearly as much as some of these other bigger YouTubers. And the truth is, a lot of people, he's too dry for them. And even though he could, if you actually immerse yourself and learn from him, but his whole goal for that is to raise people up. He also does $100 an hour, but for that to be focused on one person, I mean, I know $100 an hour is a lot, but I would say it would be worth it if you needed that. So yeah, but our YouTube channel, I enjoy. We've talked a lot about this. I enjoy this, whether even it ever gets monetized or not. That's not crucial to me. I know my money comes from reselling and from teaching, but I have had comments on the Posh Party. I had several poshers I don't even know, who thanked me for these videos, the Poshmark closet reviews, said they learned a lot and I helped them out. And I've had people leave comments on these videos and different videos. And like as a teacher at our hearts, we are teachers, even though we're not crazy about all the things that go into teaching. We like to help people, and that's what I want this YouTube channel to be about, is to help people. But I also want it to be something that I enjoy doing, and I'm trying to grow as a person, so I want to consume the content to talk about. People enjoy that. If not, there's a million other channels out there, and maybe we even pull in some people that wouldn't normally tune into the channel also.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think as I grow my other one, like when I go on Victoria's new show, sure, I asked her, I was like, which one do you want me to like sign in as? She's like, do Clay's Closet. But we'll I'll ask you about the other one. She's like, we'll help you try to grow that, or whatever. So,
right.
Because I think in my videos, not all, but I'll mention you or other people, yeah, because, more fun to help people, however it is, but yeah. Like, if I can make money off YouTube, great. I have no problem saying I could be greedy. And if I can make more money off YouTube than reselling, even easier, that'd be even better possibly, if I'm still helping people, or it's just fun and I'm making money, whatever. Like, dude, perfect. Yeah. I know they make a ton, but like, whatever, wherever it leads, but it still want to help people. But
if it leads there, great. Of course, we're not going to turn down if we get monetized or whatnot.
Hey, Danica.
Yeah, Mr. Skits Underpants. I do bulk sales to blowout kit. What does that mean, blowout kit?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, get rid of stuff.
Maybe to blow out inventory. Yeah, if you're going to do, if you're doing storage units, for example, that makes sense. Like Andrew came over, he had 2 more sales. He sold football helmet from that storage unit with shipping. It went out for like $60. Like he's already made $300 on a storage unit. He spent $80 on. So storage units, and yeah, we'll still talk reselling because I have some experience in just about everything, and I've profited in just about everything. So we can still talk reselling. I have no problem doing that. I just want to make it a bigger channel where we talk about different things.
Yeah.
More the mindset. I enjoy the psychology. Like I kind of wish if I could go back and do my degree again, I think I would have went perhaps in that area.
Well, a few years ago, I almost went back to school for it, but then I just realized I could do it, but it is tough to listen to people's stuff all day. And then you take it on. That's why, no, Kevin, I've checked 20 to 30 minutes ago, our group deal, but I just realized for me, I don't think I could, because I would probably want to be not a counselor in the school, but a therapist for kids, and maybe even little kids, like play therapy. And man, it might trigger me too much still with my stuff, so I just was like, I can teach, or when I get out of teaching, go back to volunteering with kids, like big brothers, big sister, whatever it is, like,
there's lots of ways you can make an impact. Oh my gosh, Kevin.
Wow.
Oh man, I don't know what to say. Yikes.
Should we delete the thread? Can I get it through the phone? Should I inject some chlorine through my phone? Wow, what do you do now?
How do you feel? I guess the question is, how do you feel? Obviously you would probably gonna have to quarantine.
And is that Ashley got tested too, right?
You would think so.
Yeah.
Well, man, I'm praying for you, and I'm sure as strong as you are, you'll probably handle it like a champ. Let us know. We're here for you. And it's more and more people. I'm starting to find out that it's spreading like wildfire.
Wow.
And I don't want to talk politics. I really don't. It was refreshing to hear the candidates.
Oh, I wasn't trying to talk
about our president who outlaid a very comprehensive and common sense approach that we should have been following since March. So bottom line is we need leadership, and our country's in a big problem with this. It's like wildfire, and Sorry to hear that, Kevin. Nothing we can do
Disoriented,
for you.
like vertigo kind of, or like you like if you're waking up from surgery type deal where you're like hazy. Either one sucks. I've had vertigo some, and it's no bueno.
Yeah, he was disoriented. Hi, here's Lynn.
Hey,
Yeah,
Lynn.
keep us informed, man. Anything we can do for you from many states away.
If y'all, the few watching, if you don't watch Lynn's channel, go watch her, or to me on Instagram. I've said it before, but she Brian, you should check out because she's reseller up near Nikki, you know, kind of in that general area, but has a job, resells, is building a awesome storage space out back, and she's just gotten into like working out a ton and stuff, you know. So her Instagram like little story is always real positive, you know, stuff or whatever. So, yeah.
Hey, I hate how it used to be you could click on them and add their link to their
channel. I know. I'll go find her and
shoot her link in. I need to.
I don't know why they did that. It's like they don't want people to subscribe more. You know, like
I don't get it. But yeah,
we're tired of you people. We're making too much money.
All right. Yeah. So and I want to talk more about the change from the channel at the end. Let's talk about number 2 out of an eBay defect, and we'll still talk reselling for sure. So today, I don't know. Even though I feel like my inventory is tighter than it's ever been, it's better. My SKUs are better. I sold a Thomas the Tank car today, and I could not find it, even though I had an SKU number. It was in my electronics shelf. It used to have this box, and I can't find it. So I don't know if I just sold it on. I don't know where it's at. It's lost in inventory, guys, and that's a problem because I do same-day shipping. So here's the thing, because if you just cancel the order for the standard reason stock, you get a defect through eBay. Too many defects will really jack up your eBay account. So this is what I do in those rare instances when it happens. Message the buyer, and I've done this 3 times, and it's worked every time. Just say, hey, I'm sorry, this item's out of stock. I apologize for the inconvenience. Like this item was a $20 sell. I always offer them like 150%. So I told them like, hey, I'm sorry, I don't have it in stock. I can replace this with up to $30 in store merchandise. Something you like to replace it with, just message me back and I'll be glad to do that. However, if you just want me to cancel the order and be a refund, let me know that as well. And all 3 times, even though I've given more in merchandise credit, so they've all been really nice and understanding about it. They go, no, that's fine, just send me the refund, please. And so then I issue the refund, but at that point, the buyer has asked for you to issue the refund. So it's a technicality, but it works for me. So I then select buyer wants to cancel order. And I've never had any problems, no defects. So if you run into situations, if you weren't already doing that, try that. It'll help keep your account in good standing. Any feedback on that?
I've not had many. Right now, I'm trying to refund someone, a local person who was supposed to meet me the other day. I told you, and then was like, that address you gave me is like the Dallas Marshalls, and I'm like, no, it's across the street. And they're like, it seems sketchy, and I'm like, they're like, it's a vacant lot, and I'm like, oh my god, here's the address, here's pictures, and blah blah blah. And then they were like, sorry, cancel it. Sorry, I wasted your time. And I'm like, surely you must be in the area. You looked it up. And I messaged another time, like, I took it home. It was probably an empty lot on the satellite because it's not like satellite pictures get updated, all the time. So now when I go to hit refund in the app, it won't do it. So I tried to do a chat with eBay earlier, but then I had video therapy. So they're supposed to email me because I can't refund them. But then they're like, maybe it's your PayPal. And I had transferred all my money out of PayPal. So I have no money in PayPal right now. So I'm like, I got to figure out how to get money into PayPal. I almost was like going,
So
do I need to buy one of my own things?
make
You
it
know,
sell.
like I have
Put
no
your
money.
store on sale.
Yeah, I need to sell something so I can refund these people. I almost wanted to tell you, be like, hey, buy something that's $30 and I'll give you 40 or something. You know what I mean? Just because I'm like, I might in a day or something, just because I'm like,
Well, if you need me to in a day or so, you don't have to. You can just give me back whatever I pay for you. I don't have to make money on that.
oh, or you could send me again, and then I just send you the whole, like how for the trip deal. Yeah, I might have you do that. Like, do it where the fee goes to me, or even if it's you, then I'll pay all of that.
I could just send you some money to cover it. Then you.
Yeah, if no one buys something on eBay, because I didn't
just
realize.
just reach out to me.
I will if it doesn't. So I've never had any big issues on the eBay. I get the eBay.
You will eventually. I'm pretty sure. Like I mean, because I'm pushing out 10 to 30 orders
refund,
a day on eBay.
send it back, and
Well, there's just a button where you can cancel the order.
Yeah, and I've done like.
But when you cancel the order, they're going to ask for the reason.
Oh, before.
And you want the reason to be buyer asked to cancel.
Oh, okay.
If you do that without speaking,
I had that once.
That's a problem. So just reach out.
That's the only one. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, the defect.
Do the way I said it. It works.
Yeah, because
dang, Kevin. Well, I'm guessing.
Yeah, because you didn't.
Ashley been tested?
Yeah.
Because you're spreading your COVID all over the place, man.
And have you seen your kids? Have they been tested?
Yeah, yeah. What are the ripples?
Co-workers, right? I mean, now it.
You know, all that strip clubbing caught up.
Because then all the people in the office do if other people test positive, if not, now do all of their whoever they've been in more close contact with, need to get tested. Oh, crazy how like that person got so and so sick, got Kevin, and now the number of people that maybe need to be tested is like 100, 200 people.
I mean, people just need to wear masks. They were talking about that again, how effective and the multi-layer mask especially versus like a bandana. They were going over the effectiveness of that. It's just common sense stuff. Why is that the bandana not being pushed from our federal government? I don't want to get into politics. I saw poorly handled.
And I even wear it too. Yeah, just it won't kill you. And if it does, well, you don't have to worry about it.
I've got one. If you need one, you'll be able to order some from me soon.
Got it all over. I've bought a bunch of Posh, different kinds, because I wanted to try different materials, and stuff. And I finally found a couple that I really like, and I've given some away to friends who didn't have, or they didn't like the ones they had.
Yeah, I'll be soon. I'll just leave it at that. There is Lynn's YouTube channel. Y'all go over there and check it out. I need to check it out. I don't watch a lot of YouTube reselling content anymore. I do watch daily.
Well, that's why I watch her. Yeah, her Instagram, where it's more about the working out, and you can click through their Instagram stories real quick. All
right. Yeah, I've been spending a little bit more time on Instagram, and you can use that to promote your YouTube channels.
True.
Your YouTube channel or videos also. Speaking of, there goes eBay.
Because I post pretty much the same video on Instagram that I do on YouTube. It's just.
Let me find it. What is it? Still the same one? Here's Lynn. Yeah, there she is. Am I subscribed? I'm all right. I just followed her, and I will check out some of her content later.
I don't know. Maybe it's like because I've watched her more or for longer. She and Emily and like Pure Hustle and Back from Burnout and Renzi and Rally are like my top 5. And other people, or maybe other people don't make as many, but I'm following a good few hundred people, but I feel like they always show up first,
Well, thanks, Lynn. We appreciate that. And I don't know if you heard at the beginning, kind of changing the format a little bit. We're still going to be reselling centered, but more from the mindset, because I do really believe that, like, you've got to have the right mindset to be successful at whatever you do, whether it's working out or relationships. or reselling or whatever. So I want to kind of explore that and use, hopefully, you know, maybe I'll say, damn, Mr. Vent sucks as a teacher. Even though I am TEI, what does it stand for?
Teacher Excellence Initiative,
Yeah,
I think.
I have been certified, verified, but I don't know how that would work here with other people. And I don't want it to be like a class, but just kind of sharing where we can informally talk about books and thoughts, kind of like what we already do anyway. But hey, I appreciate that, Lynn, and I will definitely check out your content. I just followed you on Instagram.
That's also how I message Danica and Val,
Mm-hmm.
you know, whatever. And I'll comment on Lynn's videos, or she'll comment on mine, and you know.
I haven't done any videos. I just share pictures, but I guess I could do. How long is it? I'm such a noob. Like 10 seconds.
You can do, well, like, you know, my YouTube videos, I'm putting it up there. It'll just show like the first 30 seconds or 45, and then they have to click, like, once they're watching, they have to click like the little ID.
I did that with somebody. So I guess you want your first 30 seconds to be really strong to hook them.
Yeah. Or Lynn records during the day. She's told me she does like 45 seconds and she uploads like in order, so that then it shows like 45, 45, 40, or 30 or 20, whatever, but whatever up to their limit. And that's what and that's what Orlando does on Instagram. He might have like 10 minutes of stuff, but it looks like it's chopped up. Now, maybe that's what Lynn can tell you. Lynn, is that what mine looks like? Does it have like a little after every 45 seconds, or is mine one long? I don't know what mine looks like because I post it, you know. So yeah, there's different ways. Like you can do the picture.
I need to spend a little time at that.
Yeah,
it's funny. Like there's so many things to master, and yeah, a lifelong learner.
That's why, like, I have on my list for today. I probably won't get to it, and that's fine. Is TubeBuddy and adding cards and, you know, messing around with that. If that gets pushed,
it does help. It does
later in the week. That's fine because that's not as important as.
Well, like this one, like I was doing the cards before the show, but yeah. I'm going to actually, as soon as this is over, I'm then going to run the cards because it'll give you better, more specific cards based on what you talk about.
Because meaning you'll know what you want, or it will also suggest it because it knows kind of what we talked about.
There's a suggestive because I guess it goes through what we talk about.
Yeah.
Like I told you the example has narcissism or something came up.
Yeah.
Lynn said, yep, with clips, they have a slight chop.
But on mine, Lynn, it's one thing because it's Instagram TV, right? Not that it matters. I'm just curious what it.
So Instagram cuts story videos off at just under a minute. So I guess there's a couple ways. Just think about, like, if you're going to do a long video, like if you're, like, I don't know, if you were going to share a YouTube video, which would be kind of crazy, you'd want your first minute to be really powerful and kind of hooking people in.
So I'm not worrying about that. I'm just starting. Like when I've started my videos.
If you're trying to grow,
but I don't even think about it. I just all the videos I've made, I literally just start. There's no like kind of a topic, but it might be like, well, maybe it's going to be a shorter today. But if you've watched the whole thing,
maybe that's a way to make it better. I mean, it's just like writing. When I teach my kids how to write, you want to hook. So it'd be the same thing with a video. And I will say this, like, since I started using Instagram, just like a picture, like if it's on my orders going up, it may be something as simple as that picture's on Instagram, like, oh, hey, a lot of orders went out. Hope your sales were great. Couple of hashtags, and then, hey, if you want to check out my YouTube channel, get some tips and tricks, links in the bio. I've done that, and I think that I've started to trickle in a few more subscribers because it's not like I'm uploading videos. It's all live videos. So I do think you could use Instagram as a way to cross over to your YouTube. I do. All right. So anyway, we talked about eBay defects. Let's talk about running or fitness endeavor.
That's why people, they like it. Yeah, to do that.
Sorry, you're kind of freezing up on me. I don't
Yeah,
know if it's
right
my
now I
computer
don't
or your
care if people think the videos are bad.
the videos or what? It's like you're in slow motion. I don't know if it's my end or what. Well, restart and come back. I don't know because I'm usually the one with the crappy internet. But he is on a wanky well, I don't know if it's his connection, but his video is pretty bad. All right. Anyway, I'm sure he'll be back in a minute. Topic number 3, and we'll come back to number 1 at the end. That's running update. Trying to get my fitness going. And here's an interesting. Well, it's probably boring, not interesting. A story. So we do some yard work around the house in the evenings. And my daughter Veronica, who's home from college, she loves to garden. We've got this big giant pot that we bought, and it's got a plant in it, and the thing probably weighs 100 pounds. I'm a pretty big, strong guy, so I just went down there to pick it up, and I did. But as I picked it up, I guess the way I did it, it like pinched a nerve in my shoulder, and so all last night, man, like you pinch a nerve in your shoulder, like I don't know, it was pretty painful, and been trying to work it out, massage it out. It's a little better today than yesterday, but still pretty painful. But anyway, I don't know what it has to do with running, but did go running this morning, just ran a mile. And I'm kind of excited because in our neighborhood, they opened up a new road in this new part of the subdivision. And by the way, once that subdivision is built out, apparently we're going to have better internet coming, Spectrum's coming. So waiting on that. But anyway, that road connects to North Grove, which is this long road, and it's lined with trees, and a lot of people use that to go running. So the good news is, and it's 0.7 miles from my house to that part. On my longer runs, I'll be able to actually go there and have a more scenic run, which, man, there is something about the scenery and how motivating it is to run. And Clay and I, we're talking about, right, we're going to go hiking Friday morning.
Yeah.
We're going to change it up. There's a nature preserve here in the Dallas area. It's called Cedar Ridge Preserve. It's technically Dallas, but it's right on the verge of, right on the border of Duncanville and Cedar Hill. And it's kind of hilly, like the Austin. And there's all these remote hiking paths. Even though you're in a big area, it's almost like you're in this wooded, secluded area.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I love going there. I haven't been in a while, and so I think it'd be safe to hike because you're not congested around a lot of people. You know, we've been quarantined at my house. Clay's been quarantined, so we're gonna get together, go hiking.
It's been 2 or 3 years since I've been there, probably, because even though I stopped doing trail races, and they had a bunch of break-ins there in the cars. So, and I saw pictures in the Dallas Dirt Runners group. People started posting more pictures of snakes. So I'm like, besides the break-in and snakes, I'm like, well, I'm good.
I have seen a snake there. I think it was a rattlesnake across my path. I've seen a coyote. I've seen a tarantula. Actually, we saw a snake here in my yard, a big one.
Oh, that was big.
But everyone's saying it's a rat snake. It eats rat. Like I killed one a few months ago because we thought it looked scary. We're like, let's kill it. Manly men, kill the snake, save the women, folk. And then, boy, we got blasted by all of our friends. Like, hey, you just killed a rat snake, and we just got roasted. So I'm like, all right, I'm not killing any more snakes unless it's for sure.
No, I am not going live tonight because after this, Angie might need to work. I'm at Angie, my cousin's house, but we're going to probably walk later. So not today. Sorry. Maybe tomorrow. Depends where I work tomorrow. I might come back here.
I did check out a little bit of Val's live last night while I was cooking.
I
grilled some colossal shrimp, by the way. Well, I know Clay don't eat meat, but colossal shrimp, $6.99 a pound at Kroger. If you're in the Dallas area, man, it was good. I put a mixture of olive oil and some seasoning and herbs. We grilled that, made some baked potatoes, a really beautiful salad with cucumbers, tomatoes, carrots, red onions. And it was really fresh. It was a really good meal last night. What's up, Bruce? Bruce in the house, our book selling friend.
Hey.
So anyway, yeah, so I ran a mile this morning. I think tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Wednesday? Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna do like a mile and a half. Like, I'm just slowly trying to edge up. I don't want to get injured and have a setback. And then I'll take Thursday off, go see the counselor on Thursday, trying to keep that momentum going. And then Friday, Clay and I will switch it up early, because Fridays are my slowest day of packing too. And if you want, I don't know if you're comfortable. If you want, we can come back over here to my house if you want to go swimming later.
Oh yeah, I might. Yeah.
So that's open. Like, I'll tell you what, like right before I went on the show, it's hot, man. It's hot in the garage. Even with the air cooler, like, I get a little nauseous. So I will go run and jump in the pool, my pool, just literally for 30 seconds to a minute. I will sink all the way to the bottom because I have a crazy deep pool. When my brother my brother-in-law Jason built our pool, I'm like, it's got to be deep. It's got to be deep. I want 10-foot deep pool. And actually, it's closer to 11. Like, they went a little deeper. And it is so, when it's hot and you just jump in and you sink all the way to the bottom, and that fresh, cool water. I'm a Pisces anyway. It just reinvigorates me. And then I come in here dripping, kind of drip dry. Then I got the fan on, and it really cools you off. And so I can do that every couple hours as I get too hot. But after this, I'm going to go inside. Austin just came. My oldest son, Austin, he's got a degree in astrophysics, by the way. He's
kind of like a genius.
Yeah, he's smart.
He'll downplay it, but he'll start talking about like astronomy. And this is like Brian and I. We're like, huh? You know, like, you kind of get it, but like, he knows his stuff. And it's an area also that most of us know like nothing. So it's even more impressive because we can't even be like, football, this team goes this way, this goes this way, and they throw and run it and colorful uniforms. Most of us know space.
He is good at kind of bringing it down to where
last summer he explained something to me. And
he was a TA for a couple of years up there. And right now he's applying to grad schools to go on towards the PhD is what he wants to. So I haven't seen him in a while. It'll be good to visit.
That's good.
Miserably humid. Where you at again, Jacob or Bruce?
Bruce, I'm blanking.
You got your cliff notes on Bruce's
location? He in one of the Carolinas? Are you
Carolinas?
Maybe, or Alabama? No, Mississippi. Mississippi.
Hot and humid.
He's Mississippi. I think. I want to say it's Mississippi. Lynn is, like I said, the Northwest.
Did you go running today, Clay?
Not yet. No, I won't set the alarm, but I was so tired. I realized because I gotten up early a couple of mornings. And so like I said, Angie and I'll walk after this. And hopefully we kind of have a route, but hopefully we'll get at least 3. I'd like to get 4. 4 is my bottom number, you know, and then maybe tomorrow I'll look at my to-do list, and some of these might get shifted and pushed to other days and farther back, and that's fine so that I can, you know, make it more realistic. But because to me, I just assume work out and make sure I'm working out that's one of my top goals. So, you know, so like tomorrow it's twice or something, you know, maybe early and then like right before the show like we do.
Right.
And work between it, but it depends if I work over here again. I don't know. So, but yeah, I'll get some walking in today at least.
That's good.
So it'll feel like a real good workout, even if it's not great because it's so hot and humid.
It is hot and humid, yeah.
But Cody, I'll run tomorrow once.
The virus is going nuts. Our governor open it up too quick.
At least he's
people don't wear masks. One day, I think I told this story. One day, Claudia and I were waiting to pick up some groceries where they deliver it to your car, no contact. And I was bored. They were running behind. I guess more people are doing that. And so I counted 100 people that went into the store, and 42 out of were masks, 32%. So people are stupid down here. There's a lot of I don't know why people make it political. It should not be political. Well, I know the reason why. It comes from the top. He made it political. It
Well,
should be like wearing a seatbelt or getting a you know, a measles vaccine. It's just science. It lowers the spread, but we have too many idiots down here that don't care about their safety or others.
Yeah. There's just so many people too. As I was discussing with someone, it's so like in our I think I believe people overall, all 7 billion, we're born selfish somewhat, not necessarily in a bad way, but like because it's all, you know, like sure, everyone wants to end world hunger besides dictators and stuff. You know, you want to end these things, but you have to kind of be selfish in a sense to just get through your day in life. But then the Americans, because we're so independent, it's so ingrained, you know, and like that is part of the reason, like even for the Civil War, sure, it's slavery and racism, but like part of it was just that independent spirit. And that's like my whatever he was, ex-uncle-in-law, I guess, from my ex-stepmom. You know, her brother was a history professor, and she forwarded an email that he had written. And like my main history professor was state historian, not to go into that, but it was like, it wasn't just that. It was like literally, so it's like there are some people who probably vote even left and are like, screw you, it's what I want to do. And but yeah,
I don't know, man. All of the people I know that vote left, they all wear masks. I'm sure there are, but
I think I've seen plenty, because some of these posts that I then click on the people's page when they're like, I'm not going to wear a mask, you read the other stuff and you're like, oh, on most everything else, I probably agree with them. You know, like if they have a political hint, kind of
go off what you said. Like I agree. That's my same thesis, that our biggest minutes is right now our biggest weakness. And then if you take that a level further, plus what I already said, we're not getting leadership at the national level. We're not getting at the state level. The governor hasn't made it a mandate that everyone should wear it in public. And then you add that whole idea of independence. Texas is a Lone Star state, right?
Yeah.
We were our own country. We're very independent. But I still got pushed back. It's like, all right, you can be independent, but come on, we're the greatest nation in the world, but we make up 5% of the world's population, but we have 25% of the world's fatalities from this virus. Come on, guys.
Yeah, it's
the stupidity. The science is behind it. It's just really discouraging, man. It really is. It's like, and it's just selfish. I agree. As humans, we're all selfish. But look at some countries like Japan, like South Korea, where they go along with the collective good, and they're not as independent. They still are, but they're not as independent, and they're in much better situation. Like all the other countries, the civilized countries, their numbers are flat or nearly flat at the bottom, and here we are trajecting like exponentially up. Like,
yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. It's like Japan. My grandpa, when he was alive, said when the emperor said after they surrendered, what did everybody in Japan do? When, for the most part, when the Americans were occupying Japan, my grandpa was like, they're super nice because their emperor had said, we lost. Be nice to them. So they were nice. Yeah, the collective, like, whatever.
Bruce, I'm not. Yeah, you're right. I'm not trying to be political here, because I'm just talking about it shouldn't be political. This is science.
Well, that's why, like I said, I think
so I'm not approaching it. I'm not calling out names or anything, but it is a problem in people. And so why are people not doing the right thing? I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't want to go into politics, but obviously there is a bleed over there. All right, let's talk about number 4, because we do meander a little bit. Got my storage unit cleaned out. So as I was saying earlier, I've done a lot of different reselling out. I was going to get back into storage units, and my garage is almost maxed out, so I needed more space. I got a storage unit kind of close to me, and I had some items in it. But as I said, I'm going to make wholesale 90% of my business with just a sprinkling of the other stuff as more of a hobby. And I'm also cutting down on subscriptions. I canceled my Worth Point. I don't have List Perfectly. I don't have Sellhound. I don't have all these apps that work, subscriptions that work better for what I was doing, and I don't need that storage unit. So I took all that glassware and stuff we were going to take to Trader's Village. I just donated it. I'm done with it. So I just emailed them and canceled my lease, and I'm out of my storage unit because a lot are smaller in space, especially on wholesale, and I don't need all that. I should be able to run out of my garage. And as I sell out of a lot of the one-off stuff, that'll free up more space for wholesale. And eventually, once this whole thing is packed with wholesale and I run out of space here, I should be doing really well and shouldn't be a problem to take the next step. Whatever
what you sell space-wise.
Yeah, it's usually smaller items usually.
Yeah. Whereas like I'm thinking, if I have to like, because I you know, besides the storage units, at some point I'll probably stay in my apartment for another year. So I'm like, my apartment could be a total disaster again soon, and that's fine. Especially if I've got valuable stuff, I'll just build storage walls all over my. I mean, literally, if I have to, I'll flip my bed up on its side and make a pallet on the floor to have more room and rent another storage unit because they're so cheap, you know? Because that one near me was like a half of what you paid.
Now, I will say this, like I will say that model of doing storage units and having you a storage unit yourself to process it, you can make a killing doing that too. And that's what I was saying. The problem is you can make money doing so many different models of reselling. I've just decided it takes less time.
Yeah. You're already so deep in it.
Yeah, when I go, I do commit though. I will go deep into something. I'll go.
Like I said, I almost have to do storage units or something. I need more stuff soon, you know. So I might even hit the bins here soon, you know, because I got to get more stuff somehow soon. You know, I know I could buy your stuff, but if I want to do shoes and other, you know, so you know,
better hazmat it up, man.
Yeah, or I hit the stores that aren't busy, you know, but I need a storage unit too. And I came up with a bunch of questions.
Storage units are safer right now.
Like I know, but I might do a combo. But I came up with a bunch of questions to ask our person, you know, to like, how do I dump all that stuff, you know? Because once I know that, then it probably will be, it might be August even, but I'm kind of waiting on a storage unit, well, to pay the rest of my bills and to talk about the thing besides politics you don't want to talk about. But so I know what my schedule is for July, August, September. You know, where am I going to be during the days? Well, or do I have a job, well, that I want to go to, or am I on my own? You know, if I don't have a job, I might be buying a storage unit even on credit here real soon to try to get that ramped up. You know,
that is a lot of.
That's why I'm waiting on that one decision. Well, couple TEA and.
Well, they can't make it because our numbers are going.
I know, but they
the trajectory we're on. There's no way.
No, I know, but they got to because parents got to know.
Can't. You can't.
Yeah, I know, but
well, no, they can. They could say, "Hey, we're going online." That's what
that's what I mean. Yeah, but I know they want to do online, and it's because part of me doesn't want them to say, "Well, we decide like a week before we're supposed to go back," and be like, "Well, we're going back," and I'd feel bad saying, "Well, I'm not. I don't want to screw you. You now need to."
Well, I watched that link, and he said he would accommodate teachers that don't feel safe. But I think what I always project, and usually I'm not saying I'm always right, but I'm right way more than I'm wrong. That it's going to be online because the numbers.
Oh yeah,
it's not. Dallas is not safe. Dallas is a hotbed.
Yeah,
you can't be bringing all these kids and all these people and all these families together.
And you can't have us in the building, even having department meetings. To me,
I don't even want that.
That would be 50%. So 100 of us in the cafeteria. Yeah, sure. That's like a restaurant, but we
can Zoom it.
We'd be close together, or we'd be dividers.
All right, let's get off school talk. You're bumming me out. I don't like to think about school, and this year we have to during the summer more than normal, but. So I'm trying to get out of teaching, and I'm not there yet. One more year, like Clayton always say. Hey, I appreciate that. I do. Hey, great minds think a lot, like Bruce, and I still will get my $1,000 from. By the way, I don't know, and I don't. Here we go. Get sucked into politics. I will say the person that Jay thinks is going to lose gave a really good presentation on the pandemic and what should be done, and it strictly contrasts the mess we're in right at that. It is a major problem. People are dying. Hey, there's Val.
Oh, and Val is going to go live at some point. I don't know if it'll be right after this. She's going to unbox more things that she bought for herself and for to sell. She's going to try to do like an online auction with Danica or something here soon. So I was on her show yesterday. Today I probably can't, Val, but so go over, Val, let people know when you're going live so they know to watch later after our show's over.
Let me know and we'll plug it. Cody, I don't know what that means. All of this. What is all of this? Be more specific.
Corona, like, is it to me conspiracy? I don't know. Oh, and Lynn.
I hope you don't think this is a conspiracy.
And Lynn also, I noticed. I checked Instagram for a message. She put us in her story, Brian. So
who did?
Lynn, like a few minutes ago. It's like a weird picture where I'm like this.
Oh gosh.
And you're like kind of talking. She did a screenshot. But hey, she found this out. So thank you.
Yeah, and we plugged Lynn's. Here's Lynn. Check out her YouTube channel. The link's up higher up. Yeah, I agree. Vote. Be educated. Know what. Get educated and vote. Everybody's got to vote.
And have a why, as I tell my students.
Yeah. You should be able to explain. You should be able to very clearly explain your reasons why. I don't think people should have to agree with you. We all can disagree, but logic and be able to explain the reasons why. If it's behind hate or makes me like I always teach Fahrenheit 451. It's so apropos, and there's a little political scene in Fahrenheit 451, which, by the way, was written in 1953 by Ray Bradbury, and it predicted, even though it's a piece of science fiction, he predicted a lot of things we're going through. And two of the they were talking about the politics of two presidents running, and everybody was voting for the one president because he was handsome and good looking, and the other president, even though he didn't look presidential, he had all the policy.
Kennedy, Nixon.
Well,
in a sense, the looks. I mean, that's a fact.
Yeah, but Nixon. Yeah, he turned out.
No, but that was a fact that, I mean, I like some of the stuff each of them did. You know, person. We could go into that, but I'm just saying, if those debates that were on TV, that was a big part of it for a lot.
At that time, I would say at that time, with a snapshot of what we knew. I agree with that.
Even though Kennedy was ugly. I do not know.
He had Marilyn Monroe, man.
Yeah, she's okay. I don't think she's super hot. She's
attractive. Man, I disagree. What are y'all's thoughts on Marilyn Monroe, man?
Here. If we don't want to talk about it, Elle McPherson.
I sold. All right, let me bring it back to reselling real quick. Yeah. I sold a vintage from the 50s. No, it's from the 60s. One of those, or it was an erotic. Eros, EROS was the title. It had Marilyn Monroe, like a big section on her, but we came from an estate sale, and it sold for like $50. And I looked at it, man. She was smoking hot. Bruce broke some of his sourcing rules yesterday. It's hard. It's hard not to source, man. It's the fun part.
I did one day in the last like 5 months. Yeah.
Val saying hello to everybody. Jacob something.
Mr. Helmet there.
Yeah, Mr. Helmet.
Where's my water?
What's up, Tri Flippers? Hope y'all are doing well. Val's beat may not be going live. Of course he'll debate. Did you watch him today? He was very articulate. He laid out a very good plan just on the merits of the pandemic, and he contrasted himself very well, I think, compared to our current president. But be careful, Cody. We don't want to slip into politics. I really don't. I know not everyone agrees. And
he's asking, will.
Yeah, he will. He said he's willing
to. To me, I know.
Well, go watch today's. Go back. It's on CNN. Watch his presentation today. Is he perfect? The heck, we all stumble when we speak.
Yeah, like the whole people saying he has dementia. He is old. you know.
But hell, even with dementia, I think he's better than what we got.
But if you just go back, not to defend him because he's creepy, you know, as my therapist said, no therapist should advocate voting for Trump, and no therapist should probably advocate voting for Biden, you know. But Biden just is not a great speaker. But come to my classroom. Really, if you're watching me, am I a real good
speaker? Think about how much of a president's job is being a great speaker. It's really not that much.
No.
I mean, it's a part.
To me, I'm okay if they don't have any debates. Like, what are you going to learn? All they do, this is what I want to do. I believe George W., the big George, didn't want to have new taxes, but he did. So that screwed him. Like,
we are devolving into politics.
I'm just saying, debates are silly.
Pull the cart back. Pull the cart back.
Yeah,
right, let's go to number one. This is slippery slope.
They're just silly.
Number one, the law of success. As I said at the beginning, so if you came on later, kind of making, I'll kind of summarize it again. I'm shifting gears. We're still want to come from a reselling perspective, but I don't want to spend so much in the gosh, what am I gonna say? Because I'm doing more wholesale and I can't share that. Now I can still give advice and we can still talk reselling and all that. And I still want that to be part of it. But I think more and more that I think about it, that what's holding someone back from being a successful reseller, it's really the mindset, right? So I want, and me with my literature background, my literature background, I want to read more self-development books and kind of share those and discuss those ideas here on my channel. So I hope y'all are on board with that. If you're not, we can still talk a little bit of politics, but starting Monday, we will be talking The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. Chris, aka Daily Refinement, during one of the shows, he was talking about how influential that book is. And I have read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, which is, to me, the foundation that all these other I know Pure Hustle Podcast didn't like it, but I told them, we can disagree. Totally disagree. I don't think they gave it a fair shake. So if you want to,
they did certain things that stays current, I guess. Maybe wasn't that it? Kind of like hold up or whatever. You know, from 100 years, like certain things. I think
it does.
Seems like that was.
I think they call him a fake, basically, is what
he could be. But it's like one of the best books I ever read, and then I hate when I found out it wasn't real. It's called The Shack, and this guy about these experiences, like meeting people in heaven and all that, and it helped me when I was like super depressed. So then when I found out someone just wrote it, it kind of really bummed me out. You know what I mean? Like. It's like, look, a lot of our athletes or whoever, you think they're one person, then you're like, oh. Or it's like how students view us. So who cares if it's fake? If it works for that person, that's all that matters, right? I mean, you think it's still pertinent. They don't. So,
well, Henry Ford, and in the book, he talks about this. Henry Ford, he lists tons of them. And then when you read the current self-help, they've just put a modern spin on a lot of his principles. So I do want to go kind of like Pure Hustle Podcast does, but in a live format where, I'm supposed to get the book, I think Thursday. And by the way, if you want to read along, links in the description.
What is it called?
The Law of Success.
Okay.
Link is in the description. Get off Amazon. That's where I got mine from. And we'll talk it. So that'll make up a big chunk of our discussions. But like always, we always kind of veer off. And I expect that to continue, and I'm cool with that. But I want to help people because I like helping people be successful. And I've had a lot of people tell me I've helped, and I'm thankful that my little bit of knowledge I'm able to share. And we all learn from each other. I do believe that. But I want to get more into the mindset and some of these principles so that we can, because you gotta have the mindset. And I want to grow and grow as a person, as a reseller, as a husband, as a father, as a friend, in my physical life, in all areas, and these things can apply. So, without sounding too cheesy, I just want to get more into mindset and the psychology, and trying to more motivation. I will say this as a teacher, like whenever Clayton knows this. I've coached for years too, so I do know a little bit about the psychology of motivation. Like anytime there's a canned food drive, Mr. Vince class, we're going to win or we're going to be in the top 2. When there's a Cease the Grease, they did a Cease the Grease drive at our school years ago, where instead of pouring grease down your drain, all these classes we collected grease and they recycle it. This foundation
that's right.
grease, and the winning team got an ice skating party. I will take credit here. I pushed my team and we won. And actually, the Cease the Grease people said our school set a national, because it's a national organization. We set a national record for the most grease collected. And I pushed all those buttons on my. And man, we got in there. We had rallies and motivational videos and speeches, and man, we got fired up and we brought that grease.
How much grease I collected? Didn't care.
Well, I did care, and you know what? I did care, and my team, we went ice skating, and so we're going to work on crazy
canned food drive. That was rigged.
Let's talk about the canned food drive.
Once I figured out that Burrow or Aiken had the grocery store connection or whoever it was, and it was somewhat rigged, I was like, I'm not. You can't compete, and because Carissa,
let me set
second or third one year, and they screwed her. So I'm like, well, no, but when they screwed her one year, I'm like,
did they screw her? Well, first of all,
remember this is like 10 years ago, but I just know that
was her version that
they didn't count. No, but I knew what was going on in her class, and they just didn't care.
So what this is, guys, because I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? We do it, and it is for a good cause.
It was long ago when we did this.
We used to do it every year. Canned food drive, where it was by classes or teams, depending on what they did each year, and you would bring in cans or turkeys, and like a can counted 1 point, a turkey was 50, and there was some, what about a big can or what about a ham? And my competition throughout the years was always Aiken when she was there, a good friend of mine, and we actually, once again, one year we set the national record for most cans collected by a school. We do have a large school, but between Aiken and I, and there were some other people, we were really pushing. Burrow. Like my group of kids, we had over 10,000 points, just my team. And we're talking about like 100 turkeys, frozen turkeys. We're talking about a room full of cans, and I would use these mindset, these motivational techniques, and we marched down the hallway with all of our turkeys one day in front of Aiken's classroom. We actually walked into her classroom, did a celebration lap with all of our turkeys. It's one of my problems. I'm too competitive, guys, but it can be for a good cause too, like in this case. And we walked through there, and man, we fired up her team, and they were bringing in turkeys. And we were brainstorming. How can we get more cans? I'm like, hey guys, send in the students. Y'all go to these grocery stores and see if they'll donate to our cause. And yeah, sure enough, we got donations in. I think that's being a go-getter. The kids were doing it. So we pulled out all the stops, but ultimately we served hundreds of families in our neighborhood that got Thanksgiving dinners. And then they brought in an 18-wheeler that year to take all those cans to the food bank. So it was for a really good cause. And of course, we won, and whatever it is, a cookout one year, ice skating, whatever the reward was. To me, being a very competitive person was about winning. And I love motivating my kids. So anyway, all that being said, it's just the psychology is so important. Mindset is so important to be successful, and just want to talk about Clay's like
I just didn't care about it. I told my kids, if you want to do it, but that's up to you. It's like, if you want to be quiet in class, work hard. I'm not the person to make you work hard. You have to do it. I'm your teacher. I'm not your parent. If you want to work hard, you'll work hard. And if not, don't work hard. And that's great. Be happy with whatever you do.
If you want to list. If you want to do your
own. If you don't want to list, be happy. And I'm happy that I didn't list.
I want to see listing 15 items a day. I want to seem successful.
I just been busy with other stuff today. Didn't get to it. I'll list a few tonight, but if I don't.
It's really interesting, guys. Like looking at Clay, and we've talked a lot about this. Like and I understand the reasons why. Like his family was probably filled with a bunch of jerks like me that were too competitive, and so he kind of.
Oh, I go the opposite way. Yeah, I'm, you know, like I said, I used to think how much, like I said yesterday, if I could make X amount, what like my current salary, which I could easily do, I think, without a ton of work, I'll do that amount of work, maybe more, but some year, you know, like I'm only going to make a lot of money if I can hire a bunch of people who it would help their lives. But how much of my time do I have to do that, you know?
Well, that's figuring out. Yeah, Val. Yeah. Well, Clay, as you heard, Clay didn't really do any cans, but this boy didn't play. My friend didn't play. There's a couple of
to push them.
The last year we did it. It was very controversial. I'm always one or two. And I will push them. May not be able to motivate them to do some homework. But I can motivate them to bring some cans in.
Here, Cody, to address your comment, Cody says, I'm the type that passes you with a C if you show up. Well, it's not college. So we could go into how, yeah, I do pass a lot of kids. I tell them, if they show up, shut up and try, they will never fail. And Brian does kind of the same, because you kind of have to in public education. If more than a certain amount fail, guess who's in trouble?
Oh, well, okay. Well,
and most of
we are streaming live. I will. Let me just say. Let me put it this way. And I've always struggled with this because I don't believe in giving you something you haven't earned. But DISD, the way they do it, if you have higher than a 15% failure rate, you have to justify it. You have to fill out hours worth of paperwork, not the student,
not the parent.
So they don't tell you can't, but they do not want you failing.
So
I will say it that way.
Yeah. So what? Look, I've taught what. Let me get through the calculator.
Yeah, junior high, like I teach 8th grade, Clay teaches 7th grade. So yeah.
So 13 times 6 weeks. I've taught 78 6 weeks, right? How many times have I screwed up on that? 1 out of 77. I always make sure. No, I take that back. Sometimes the last 6 weeks, I'll let more than 15% fail, but they're going to pass for the year. So if they fail 6 weeks and it's summer, what can the district do to me?
Yeah, we've been friends for about 15 years since we've been teaching.
Yeah.
I want to get to number 1 because we're already over an hour. I do want to share a little bit about the book, try to get you guys a little bit motivated. I don't know, but I mean, I love to read. Obviously, I'm an English teacher, so I've always felt reading's important. And self-help motivation, I think, is important. So here, I'm going to share the book, not the whole book. I haven't read it. It's coming. It's supposed to be here Thursday, so we can kind of see what we're. I see Valerie messaged on our group. Is that what you were laughing at a minute ago?
No, I don't know. She did. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, she's just asking about Kevin and then Jody. Yeah.
Oh, the interwebs. Come on now. Share the screen. Share the screen. Well, all right, I've got the crazy, swirly, not responding. I'm still broadcasting, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're still, yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to share or not. Anyway, the link's down there, guys. It's The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. I really like his book, Think and Grow Rich. It changed my life. And once I heard Chris Daily Refinement talking about what an awesome read it is, I was like, we got to do it. I got to do it. Read it out loud. So when I will read a portion to you, I'll put on the teacher voice. We will not like we're in elementary. Circle time, guys. No, we do Socratic seminars in my class, which is college style, where we have an inner circle. It's the inner group of kids. Teach them how to annotate and how to create questions. So they actually, I have to teach them how to do this, train them up. But they learn how to do this, and they will lead the seminar. And the outer circles are the kids who aren't in the inner circle. they're taking notes, and they can pass in questions to the inner circle to join the discussion. There is also what we call the hot seat. Temporarily come in there and join the inner circle for a while. And so the kids read, they annotate, they come up with good COSTIS level questions, these higher level thinking questions that's text dependent, and they will come in and they will ask a question in the kids through the text, and they will respond to each other. We teach them how to speak, or they don't speak over each other, and where they use textual evidence and those higher thinking level skills, where it really is like a college class. And by the end of the year, it's an amazing thing. Like anytime, like I've had teachers from other school districts come and watch me do it, and they're amazed like what these kids can do. And it's an avid strategy, and so it's just amazing. So like that, could even have a Zoom if we had enough people.
Yeah, I tried it once. It's not my personality that's just not my strong suit. Is I'm great with the kids, not actually teaching them skills like that, or whatever. So I've never really tried, because sure, could I learn to do it? Yeah. Is it in my interest? So I just don't do it. Is that screwing the kids just a little bit? If it's not my deal, I teach them social emotional learning.
Well, here's the thing. Only thing I would say, man, my computer's going crazy. Like I can't get to the chat. We're still streaming, but like you can learn to do it. It is nerve-wracking trying something like that, and you just get better as you do it.
Oh, I know.
Well,
I think there's a difference also. 7th and 8th graders is huge too.
What about dinner? All right. Will you get me something from there? Coconutty. Huh? Let's go buy taco. Get some tacos. Pick us up some tacos. Do that. I'm sorry, guys. We're just coordinating dinner. We have this really good taco place called Taco. What is it? Taco Spelty. And I'm hungry too. I love some tacos. Down here in Texas, we got some good street tacos. Man, my computer, it's the weirdest thing. I see my screen.
Yeah.
It says StreamYard not responding. It's got the arrow circle where I can't click on anything, but yet I can see what's going on. I can see the chat.
The chat, see on StreamYard, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, because I closed the YouTube one to.
I probably need to do a Control-Alt-Delete. All right. Hey, hang on there. If I disappear, I'll be right back.
Oh, well, it's my show for a little bit. Val, are you saying that skits should start with a coloring book? Or I should? I'm tired, folks. I definitely need to go walk or whatever. Anybody, y'all like this chandelier? Isn't that kind of cool? That's probably from the 50s or the 60s. Angie's grandma, who I've mentioned, died November 2nd last year, built it. So yeah, super old chandelier.
All right, let me try this one more time. Some real comedians in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I get the same crappy message. I guess I don't know.
So do you see us? What does it look normal?
You know that screen that pops up to share your screen? I click on it. I click share, and then on the top it says Google StreamYard not responding.
Oh, okay.
And I can see the chat. I get stuck and the cancel button doesn't work. And I click on it, my screen gets a white snowy background.
Yeah, the computer just like mine's really hot. That's why like when my computer shakes, I'm trying to fan the bottom, kind of, so maybe it's that type.
Yeah, internet or computer or combination.
Internet, computer, both. I don't ever know.
I have been working out here. Well, yeah, it is kind of. Yeah, it's not that hot. All right, hold on, one more time.
He's really restarting the computer. It sounds like a car, folks. Here, everybody, if you want to see a picture of, let's see if we can see. That's my great aunt. And this is at least 20 years old because there's my great uncle. I didn't really know him, but he died about 20 years ago, I think, 19 or 20. So that's Aunt Kat. And it even says October 25th, 1998. And Brian froze. At least he's like in a good pose there. Chrome and StreamYard had issues before. Not sure they fixed that. Found a sweet pair of Orvis street swim boots at the thrift today. Nice. In town, Val, or do you go to like Colorado Springs or what? Nice. I like the way you said it. Nice. I don't got anything else, people. I'm so tired. I got nothing. I got a big bag of nothing. I got a lot on my to-do list that I didn't get done today, but that's the new pizza box. Ooh. Yeah, some of this, boy, I got to push a lot of this to tomorrow and tomorrow. I got to get more done tomorrow. I thought today would be productive. Yesterday was more productive. Maybe I'll get something done tonight. I'm just looking at my to-do list. Hey, Mike. Just me right now. Brian's internet or something froze on him, so he's restarting as we're probably ending relatively soon. It got worse. We probably should have ended it since my internet was bad. Now his. Looking at the to-do list, what can I cross off that it just isn't that urgent? Well, I don't have a to-do list for Friday, so that's a good thing. I can list these vacuums tonight on Facebook, eBay, and OfferUp. So I could get these 3 vacuums and this 1 clock that I have that I'd rather sell locally. Then tomorrow, run walk, maybe order some wholesale. There he is. I said, yeah, it's of course your internet goes bad right as we're about to end,
Right.
I was like, we should have ended.
All right, I'm gonna try it one more time. If this doesn't work, then
yeah, it's not worth it.
We'll just call it a wrap.
Fufu, you could make a video of those boxes. Oh, I definitely need to go walk. I'm about to fall asleep.
Yeah, Claudia's gonna go get some tacos. Excited, love tacos. Oh, all right, we are finally working.
Let's see.
All right, so here's the book, and I'm just a book nerd.
Oh my god.
It's The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. Got some good ratings. Here, I'm gonna read the synopsis, guys. I'm not gonna read the whole book, but it says this edition of Law of Success. And actually, let's come down here. Napoleon Hill was born in 1883 in Wise County, Virginia. He began his writing career at age 13 as a mountain reporter for small-town newspapers and went on to become America's most beloved motivational author. His work stands as a monument to individual achievement, and that's what we're trying to do, guys. We're trying to make some big individual achievements, and is the cornerstone of modern motivation. His most famous work, Think and Grow Rich, is one of the best-selling books of all time, and I've read it. It's amazing, guys. Matter of fact, I've read it 3 times. Every year I read it at the beginning of the year. It will really get you fired up. He'll establish the foundation as a nonprofit educational institution whose mission is to perpetuate his philosophy of leadership, self-motivation, and individual achievement at www.naphill.org. Let's look at some of the reviews. Bobby Walker says 5 stars. He said, fiance loves the book, says it changed his life. So I guess Bobby was a girl there. Paul says, a message from God, my brother said. This book is probably the best purchase of my life. Oh my gosh, guys. Because it is helping me and my entire family turn our lives around in the best possible way. My brother told me after reading it, quote, Paul, for sure God brought you up here to give me this book. I don't know why I went with that accent. I've been giving it to friends and family members ever since. I've read it 14 times now. It should be times, 14 times now. And I plan to read it many more times. This edition takes me back to 1928 when the science was first completed. I like that idea very much. Thank you. That's very strong. Kiona says, great book. Terrence says, love the book. I should have purchased it a long time ago. All right, here we go. We got a 1 star. Let's see what they say. I have several volumes of the 1928 version. I guess he doesn't like this version. Because if he has several versions, he didn't like this version. So whatever.
Yeah.
Great book. Highly recommend it. Perfect. Excellent. Sound advice. Excellent book. And since I have read his other thing, Think and Grow Rich, like I'm really excited. And the fact that I saw Chris recommended it. Like y'all know, Daily Refinement, I'm a disciple. And if he says read it, I'm going to read it.
Chris says move to Jonestown. Brian's moving.
Hey, Jonestown of reselling.
He's moving to Guyana, or was it New Guyana or whatever it is? Yeah.
Clay ain't drinking no Kool-Aid.
Unless
yes, Val, there will be some read alouds with some thought-provoking questions. I don't know if I read the whole thing aloud. That might get a little dull, but we can read excerpts for sure. No. I'll be curious to see what you guys think. Maybe we can be curious to see, because Clay usually has a lot of opposing viewpoints as me, so I'll be curious to see what he thinks about it.
Yeah, I might get it, because I have others that I'm reading that are, well, similar, different, that are whatever, self-help, maybe not as different ways of mindset. That's maybe more businessy in a sense, kind of, or his other one was, Yeah,
it was more of a business perspective. I kind of want a coloring book. I want more of the psychological aspect. Yeah,
that's why I like my best books are like Richard Branson's Screw It, Do It Anyway. It's like a real small book. It's just that, mindset, or The Power of Now, or The Four Agreements.
No, I like that too.
Is really good, people.
Yeah, maybe it was a StreamYard issue, Jody. And if you need to go, Clay, you can pop out. Like I just went to get food, so I got a few more minutes to kill. Val found a sweet pair of Orvis stream fishing boots at the thrift. I also want one of those kind of like what the hell's the Incredible Hulk. I need a prop.
Something, I know. Yeah.
Need a prop. Oh, check this out. This is reselling related. So you remember the Texas Treasure LED sign?
Yeah, it came in.
It finally came in and it was broke.
And
it looked cool too. I'm like, dude, this was ordered March 30th. It came in just now.
Yeah. April, May, June, 3 months. That sucks.
So maybe by Christmas I'll get another.
Right.
What a score for real. Yeah, here's Lynn. She sent me the pic. That's the pic she sent. That was funny. What's up, Mike? Men, my honey hole here in town. We all need good honey holes, that's for sure. 6 outdoorsy brand bags. Nice. Yeah, I sold that McGregor overnight 75-liter backpack for $150. So there is some money. I see Mr. Skits Underpants has his book already. He's ready for the show. Goodwill Blue Box dropped a random jacket box last week. I got 2 of them, but I haven't opened. I don't even know what that means. I'm so confused. Oh my God, am I that far behind the chat?
It's you can buy them online or something, I guess.
Very inspiring clay. I'm so far behind. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I've lost track. Kind of. I've read them already, but I don't know.
I'll take a pic tomorrow. Spray it's not trash. Praise it's not trash. Well, tomorrow I'm not going to do anything like a skit on. Okay. Hey, we all need to take a little time off. I don't recognize. It says scam likely. I don't want to talk to scam likely. Let's see. Have you ordered any other blue boxes? Foo-foo. He ordered quite a few over the past 8 months. Denim, men's, women's. Thoughts on them? Not bad. I always make my money back. They usually include something that will pay for the box. Where are these boxes y'all talking about?
Yeah, I've heard of them before. Maybe it's from that Goodwill website that
I have ordered off there. It's like
whatever. The auction, Goodwill auction site, maybe. It's
Shop Goodwill or something.
ShopGoodwill.com. I looked at that last night. Oh my God, there's so much stuff.
Yeah, type in live.
It's insane.
What else? I got a lot of watches off there once. I made decent money off that. Bulkvintage.com. That's good. That's good. Good. There's so many ways to source, guys. So many ways to source. I just want to catch up. Maybe we can end it if I can catch up.
You're getting there. I haven't seen a highlight in the chat. On the chat on the side. I'm waiting till I see. Oh, there. I see the blue. Okay, at the top. So, yeah.
I'm getting there. Getting there.
They're just, having their own discussion.
Yeah, their own discussion. That's good, though. Hey, the comments are valuable. Yeah, Scam Crush has a.
Maybe I should answer. Maybe they're single.
You know? I have that. I'll mess with them sometimes.
You did with me one time. We were garage selling last summer, and Brian was like, "Oh no, my mortgage is blah blah blah."
So what I will do next time
they hung out.
Next time they call on the show, I will put on speaker.
I thought about telling you, but I didn't think you'd do it. Yeah.
Oh, I do it next time. Bread machine, Smith Corona, nice. I still got so much stuff to list here.
I listed my Smith Corona typewriter finally yesterday. Paid $1, listed it for like 40 for parts. So if I get 20, 1 to 20 cash.
Oh, I caught up.
Some things I'm only listing local now.
Oh, I guess we should say that we didn't tell anybody.
No, I told Val. I messaged her already.
Yeah, we're not making our Colorado trip.
Yeah.
Sad days.
Maybe in the fall, I said. It was more me because I wanted to source. He understandably didn't. And then the numbers, and now that I'm working, and if I don't have a job teaching, I really got to be working.
Yeah, I just wanted to go hiking. I wanted a vacation. I like the idea of sourcing, but it didn't feel safe.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
We're Texans, so I'll just stay here and list. We'll reevaluate.
Yeah, like I said, I told Brian if we're teaching online, September, October, we can go up there. If we don't have to go teach in the classroom, which is one weird, awkward possibility. It's like doing a live show, but this isn't weird because it's a YouTube.
Could have been great. We could have done some live shows up there in Colorado with Val, but they didn't want to go. So what are we going to do?
Not right now.
All right, guys. On that bummer, sad, depressing note in the show, get the book.
Fish in the creek, his little creek behind his house.
I'll try to bring back some motivation now that I'm depressed for no Colorado trip.
Oh,
all right, guys.
The tacos are home, maybe.
Be good. Yeah, maybe the tacos are here. Maybe that'll.
I heard a horn.
Y'all have a good one. See you next time, guys.
Dun,
Later.
dun, 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 dun.